Life insurance stocks like SBI, HDFC, Max Life Insurance all were down for about 4 to 5, even 6% today. And on the other hand, Adani shares are up 10, 15, even 12%, hitting upper circuit after upper circuit. All while Nifty and Bank Nifty market as a whole was actually under pressure and saw some sort of a quick fall due to Russia and Ukraine tension early in the morning. So let's discuss all about this in detail. Hey guys, welcome to Post Market Report. And as you can see, have Nifty start here. Market opened with a positive note, and then there was a sudden news about Russia and Ukraine. As you can see, there was a very sharp fall, and it just continued on its downward trajectory from there on. Bank Nifty, on the other hand, opened with a very slight gap up, and then just was pumping upward, for a while until we heard the Russia-Ukraine news. And as soon as it happened, and formed a very beautiful evening star pattern, and as you can see, it took a downward trajectory from there on. So basically, the move comes after Russia apparently destroyed a lot of Ukraine's power grid, and 1 million people currently are there without any power, basically electricity. So, a market reacted to this particular news. And in another major news, we have the insurance stocks, basically like HDFC Life Insurance, SBI Life Insurance. And not just these, we have Max and ICICI. They also have a insurance company listed in the stock market. So basically, we saw a very sharp fall in all of these stocks, and this comes after IRDAI. This is a government agency which oversees all the insurance related companies, basically governs them. And today they introduced some sort of a cap on insurance business. So basically, what they're doing is putting some sort of a cap that is basically 50%. As you can see, the insurance regulator has reportedly asked the insurance companies to reduce the share of their business originating from banks. So this is the important point. So basically, the way these people, for example SBI, they already have a bank and they run an insurance counterpart as well. So basically, the major way that they get their business is from their banking part, right? So basically, SBI has a bank and they have an insurance business as well. So they're saying now you cannot get more than 50% of your total sales from the bank. So for example, if SBI is selling insurance, they will be basically forced to only sell 50% from the bank, and the other 50% from somewhere else. So basically, as you can see here, 90% of SBI life business basically comes from SBI, and 85% of HDFC Life comes from HDFC Bank, and same with Axis Bank and Max Life Insurance. Even ICICI has ICICI Prudent Life. So they have put a major cap, like 50% of the total sales. So clearly this will impact in a negative way for all these companies in the next quarter. When we look at their quarterly results, I'm sure we'll see a huge dip. So as you can see, the move basically comes after Nirmala Sitharaman, our finance minister, basically raised concern on how insurance is being sold in a very mis-selling practice. That means they're using some unorthodox methods to sell insurance to everybody apparently. So they want to cut down this practice. So now they're putting this new cap on all the insurance stocks. So clearly this is a negative move for all these companies. It's interesting to see how the whole thing will turn out, if government will provide some sort of a relief or will it continue with those same new regulations. So next off, we have Adani shares. Clearly there's not a single day where we don't discuss about Adani. So even today, Adani shares, Adani green shares basically hit up the upper circuit 20%, and then maybe settle down to maybe 15 to 16% at the end of the market. And as you can see, same with Adani Total Gas, Adani Green Energy, Adani Power, all hit upper circuit today. And the basically the news comes from how Gautam Adani is being indicted in US government for bribery charges. So till today, what the assumption, the news that was going around, they all assume that he's being charged under something called as FCPA. So basically, guys, this is some sort of a rule that is there in US, where if you're raising any money and that company is a foreign company and they have involved in some sort or corruption in their home country, they will be prosecuted in US. So basically, if Adani was being prosecuted under FCPA, that would have been a huge trouble for him. But now news reports have come up, and yesterday Gautam Adani and his attorney as well basically came out and they mentioned that this is not the case. We are not being prosecuted under FCPA. So basically, they are being indicted for conspiracy for wire fraud and securities fraud, which is a far less intensifying compared to the FCPA violation. So clearly, market sees it as some sort of a positive news, because FCPA would have been a huge trouble for Adani. So clearly, we noticed that in today's stock market, every Adani stock, be it Adani Enterprise, Adani Port, every other Adani stock was trading in green, while the entire market was in a red territory. So next off, we have Honasa Consumer. Honasa, maybe you might not recognize, but basically this is the parent company of Mamaearth. And as you can see in the chart over here, just to show you guys the trend, the stock was down almost 60%, almost I think 59% in the last few days itself, owing to their financial details. If I may just show you the financial charts over here, as you can see, the recent fall was due to, as you can see, the revenue has been down in September this quarter compared to the last previous quarter. But what is most interesting is that their expenses have not dropped down. So basically their revenue has dropped down, their expense has remained almost the same, and most importantly, the main reason for fall is the net profit from 34 crore in green to they have again come back to the loss territory of minus 14 crore for the quarter. So which is clearly not a good thing for the stock, not even profitable after being listed for so many days now. So market is not taking this in a positive way. So clearly we saw a huge downside as soon as the quarterly results were announced. You can see a huge gap down, and then further fall in the stock. But clearly today, Hanzana Consumer chart has rebounded. So maybe investors have maybe taken note of it falling about 60%. Maybe now it is actually trading around its actual price that it should be trading. And as you can see over here, I have its financials from September quarter as well, which was posted by the company on its website, which says that there is a revenue growth, which is adjusted revenue growth of 12.3% year on year basis, and not to mention the EBITDA margin as well. Currently they're having about 1.5%. They're expecting it to increase it to 6.3% in the next 2025 first quarter. So clearly there are some very strong financial guidance for the coming year, and we can see that investors have taken note of that, and today we noticed a huge surge in Mamaearth stocks. So next off, we have US inflation data. As you can see, it is up at 2.3%. Clearly, if we compare it to the last month, it is up by a few basis points, but still, it is still under control. So we noticed that there was no huge fall in the markets. Only the market saw a huge fall when we heard about Russia-Ukraine tensions. But till then, I think the market has sort of weighed in everything that this inflation data was going to be announced, and you can even notice this in how FII data is being driven out every day. As you can see over here, I have FPI. So this is not FII data. This is foreign portfolio investors, not foreign institutional investors. So basically, they have again apparently bought stocks worth 11,000 crores in just a matter of 3 days. And this comes after they sold about 1.5 lakh crore in last, I think 32 trading sessions have sold about 1.5 lakh crores. But clearly the trend seems to be changing. They have bought about 11,000 crores. This is great news. And clearly the inflation data has not impacted in any way to this particular data. And I think even FII data as well was positive, net positive of about I think 7 crore rupees yesterday, and that is after 30 to 35 trading session. Finally, they have been in the positive, the green side of the net buying sessions.
If you're a trader following market calls and tips for day trading, use our tool RNT, Research and Trade. All you have to do is link RNT to your trading account, then just sit and relax. Turn trading into business at app.gwcindia.live. Check out description for more details.
Disclaimer: investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.